breathing. So just lying on our fronts with the head on the backs of the hands. And just feeling that resistance of the abdomen against the mat. And then we're just going to start to press our hands and elbows into the floor, into the ground. And we're going to use our abdominal muscles to keep a constant pressure to push through the elbows. And try and expand air into the rib cage, into the sides and into your back. And then when you exhale, just feel as if you're trying to get all the air out. So just keep pressing, pushing the hands and the elbows into the ground. Feeling that expansion of the breath, emptying out completely. See if you can let your tongue rest on the roof of your mouth. We'll just do a couple more cycles of breath. So we're just getting all the breathing muscles really working a little bit stronger than they normally would, and that kind of irradiating the arms and the elbows is just gonna help to give that bit more sort of trunk strength, core strength. Okay, and then just let the breath return to normal. Just have a little rest where you are. And you can kind of feel where your muscles have been worked and kind of feeling engaged. Okay, and I'm just going to use your hands to push up. And then we're going to do tall knees or kneeling cervical cars. So we'll bring chin towards the chest, rotate. We've got that little bit of irradiation, just 30%, so you could make fists with your hands. I'm just going to do 3 each way. Change direction when you get back to the centre. And next we're going to do our thoracic. So if anyone's got a medicine ball, if you're watching this on the recording, you can use that. I'm loath to use it because it makes it really hard, but it's good for me. I'm going to use mine. If you haven't got a medicine ball, you're going to grab a couple of bricks or a brick and just hug it towards you. So coming up, tall knees, and just pushing the pelvis forward so that you can keep your glutes engaged. It's just going to keep you stable from the navel below. Take a breath in, pack that air down, and solidify just 30%. And we're going to flex forward. Rotate. Side bend. Oh, it's so heavy. Extending back. Over to the other side. Rotate. Let's go forward. It's hard to talk whilst doing this at the same time. And keep going round, next round. It's also quite hard if you're a woman, if you know what I mean. Things are in the way, things are getting squashed. Next time we come back to the centre, we're going to change direction, so we're doing 3 each way. Keeping the pelvis still. So this helps to stop, when we're holding something, it helps to stop the shoulders joining in. Cool, what's on? Okay, just another kneeling one now. You don't have to do tall knees. We're just going to bring our arms out in line with the shoulders, and we're just going to internally rotate and externally rotate. So let's make fists with the hands. Take a breath in. Let's tense the arms, the abs slightly. Squeeze the butt a little bit. Tense the legs. And then we're going to internally rotate. Go right to your end, fight for more. Externally rotate. Find your end. Fight for more, squeeze, good. So think about coming from the shoulder sockets rather than from your wrists or your elbows. Internally rotate. Makes it a lot harder and you'll feel it. Find your end, fight for more. Keep that radiation in the rest of your body. Externally rotate. Find your end, fight for more. Internally rotate. Finding your end, fighting for more. Last one. Externally rotate. Find your end, fight for more. Oh, good. And then we're going to do shoulder cars. So probably tall knees for that. I might just sit on a brick. If you've got long arms, you'll need to do tall knees. I don't, so I can say like this. Okay, so make a fist with your hands. Good, tense your arms. Tense your torso and your legs and give your butt a squeeze, and we're going to externally rotate. So as if I wanted to show the person, if there's a person next to me here, I'm showing them my knuckles. Coming across, up. And then you find that point where you can't go any further, and then we need to rotate, internally rotate. Keep rotating, rotating. Imagine you're in that relay race trying to pass the baton behind you, and then just bringing that hand back next to you, and then rotating back the other way. Coming back to where we started. Good. Round 2. If you want to make it harder, add more tension into your body. And back, and then you kind of hit the roadblock. Is that 3? We're on 3 now. We've got one more to go. One more to go. Okay. See, I cannot count to 3. very worrying. All I ever say in my classes, I just think, oh God, you're saying that again. My sister says the same when she's teaching Pilates. We're always going on about my arms, always going on about how I can't count. So sorry, everyone who's watching this afterwards and live. Poor Rachel. Right. Let's go to the other side. Take a breath in, pack that air down. Tense. So we're going to externally rotate, so we're screwing it round. And again, just concentrating on it coming from your glenohumeral joint, that point where the arm goes into the shoulder socket. Good, trying to keep the chest from turning. It's actually quite a long time since I've done these. I think we did them last week. Feels good though. Right, I'm counting now. That was 1. Watch me. Watch as she counts to 3. I should be on Sesame Street, wouldn't I? It's a beautiful day here for a change. We've had so much horrible weather. And that's very English, isn't it, talking about the weather? But it's true. It's lovely. I love Saturdays when we do our class and then we feel all smug because we've done everything. We can just like get on with our day, not worrying about having to do anything else, any more exercise. Love it. Oh, what's making my hand ache? Should have been gripping my tennis balls. Okay. And then we're just going to jump straight into our class. I'm just going to point the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. You might, I didn't say this to you, but you're going to need to be near a little bit of wall or sofa leg or something. And if you're not using the wall and you've got sofa leg or something, just stick your brick against it so that you've got something to, and it's just so that you can make sure that your legs aren't cheating. We're going to do a little bit of hip cars, but we're going to do some capsule stuff. I'm not going to move the camera around, I don't think. I think you get quite a good angle from here. So we're going to be lying, you know, knees bent up, like if we were doing side laying hip cars. That's quite a good angle. I've got a brick, I'm going to put my head on a brick as well. And then I've got, at the moment I've got both my feet against the wall, arms out in line with the shoulders. I'm going to kind of brace myself with one arm here out in front. And then all we're going to do, palm can be turned up or turned down, doesn't matter. What we're going to do is we're going to just open it out to the side, obviously without rolling back, just keeping a neutral spine, and then we're going to do some rotational stuff. So this is going to be like a rudder on a boat. We're going to stay opened out, but we're just going to rotate. So this stays where it is, but we're rotating in the hip socket. So just internally rotating and, or externally rotating and internally rotating. Okay, oh, that's brilliant. I can see what you're doing. You look great. Okay, so find the end and squeeze. So let's say that was 1 round. Squeeze, squeeze, 2, externally rotate, find the end of the squeeze so you can just feel what's going on in your muscles. Internally rotate and squeeze, that's 3, internally rotate and squeeze, 4, externally rotate and squeeze, 4, last round. Externally rotate and squeeze, internally rotate and squeeze. Okay, and then we're going to do hip cars, just 3 each way, laying this way. So I'm going to Grab my hands together and squeeze. You could squeeze a block or tennis ball. Take a breath in, pack that air down. So I'm squeezing my butt and squeezing my legs. I'm making everything tense, but just as much as if someone was just going to try and knock me out of my position. I'm not going to be the tensest I could be. And then I'm going to bring the knee towards the chest, opening out to the side, and then internally rotating that hip. So knee dips, foot lifts, and then I'm going to press that foot behind as if I'm trying to kick my bum. Good, and then opening out to the side, coming towards my armpit, towards my chest, and then just matching the legs. All the time that bottom foot is pressing into the wall. Good. Knee towards the chest, opening out to the side without rolling back. Internally rotating that hip, pressing behind, squeezing the butt. Good. Now opening out. Knee towards armpit, towards chest, just matching the knees. Last round. See, after I've given myself a stern telling off for not being able to count, I can count again. Is anyone I'm thinking, blinking and talking that I can't count? Every other human on earth can, but I can't. Oh, good. And then we're going to repeat on the other side. Let's get set up, let's get comfy. Let's get that bottom foot against the wall. So we're concentrating more on keeping that foot pressing into the wall just lightly, so that you've just got the heel and the ball of the foot in contact with the floor. And just to stabilise ourselves, maybe we'll just have the hand on the floor this time. And it's going to tell us if we start to rock, because we'll get that feedback. So we want to keep still, so we've got a neutral spine. Okay, so opening out to the side as far as we can, and try and keep that. I found that I was sort of starting to close up, starting to climb up a bit. Okay, so internally rotating, find your own, fight for more. Good. Externally rotating, find your own, fight for more. Internally rotating. Round 2, find your own, fight for more. Externally rotating, find your own, fight for more. Round 3, squeeze, squeeze in. Round 4, squeeze, squeeze. Round 5, squeeze, squeeze, squeezy, squeezy. Okay, keep pushing that foot in. Take a breath in. Let's clasp the hands or make fists, something where you can create that tension in your arms. That's all that I'm doing this for. And then so you've got that upper body tension, abs and everything on, back muscles, butt muscles, leg muscles pressing into the wall, knee towards the chest. Open out to the side as much as you can without rolling back. Internally rotate as much as you can so you can't go any further and then you stop. Kick behind as much as you can until you can't go any further and stop. Back up toward opening out as far as you can and then stop. Towards the armpit, towards the chest as far as you can and then stop. Matching the legs again. Round 2. So we're going right to the end of our movement before, if we were just doing this in normal time, we would start to utilise something else like the lower back or, I nearly said the hips then, but that's what we're using. Yeah, something else nearby. Good. Okay, round 3. Chest, sky, right to the end before you start to roll back and you open out anymore. Good. Internally rotating that hip. Squeeze, kick back, squeeze, maybe finding your hamstring there. Good. Reversing. I'm done. Just taking a few breaths to recover there. Okay, the next one you're going to sit against the wall or the arm of your sofa. I'm just going to move my mat back to the wall. Excuse me for a second. Oh, that's it. Get in. And then we just have legs against the wall. So we might need to be a little bit away from the wall to lean back, but I'll show you what we're going to do. So we're going to have one leg out, the other leg we're going to bring that knee in towards the chest, and then we're going to hold it in external rotation as much as we can, like pigeon leg. So if we were in the yoga class, this leg would be the pigeon leg in front. And then what we're going to try and do is we're going to let go and see if we can hold it. So you might need to come away from the wall so that you can lean back and hold it a bit more. Oh, it's hard. So just have a little test. That was me away from the wall. This is me against the wall. No, I'm going to come a little bit away from the wall. I'm going to be sensible. And we're going to do 4 of those. But we mustn't, what's really going to help us, and this is what I'm focusing on today, is that tension that we do before we do our exercises. Because that, well, the scientific principle behind it is proximal stability. So proximal means, you know, what's nearest to you. So the trunk is always the proximal thing. Proximal stability equals distal mobility. So whatever's distally, so the arms and the legs, that's gonna, so by creating the tension in the core and in the torso is going to give us strength elsewhere. Okay, so let's bring that leg towards us and bring it into that external rotation, and then we're going to take a breath in, tense the whole body, so tense that other leg, tense your bum, tense your arms, tense your torso, and then we're going to let go and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, trying to bring the foot towards you, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, catch it. So when we let it go, we're not trying to just hold it in space, we're trying to rotate it back to how it was when we had it passively. So this is we're kind of forcing it or moving it into this position. Not forcing, it's gently where it can go. But when we let go and it kind of goes there, we're not just holding it there, we're trying to actively get it to come back to this position. And that's what we're going to find hard. Go a bit further towards the wall. Okay. Ready? So take your time to make sure everything is tense, because that's what's going to help you. And then we're going to let go, tense that leg, try and keep it coming towards you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Graphing it. God, I've got to count these as well. I'm only doing 4, 2. See how well I'm doing. When Simon's here, he sends me. We actually sent me a book, How to Count to 10, Ladybird book, in the post. Little git. It's not here today. No, it was very funny. Okay, take a breath in, put that head down, so tense everything, like everything is going to help you, as if we were going to push like a really heavy car or something, and let go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep trying to direct towards you, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay, we're going to do one more, then we're going to do it all on the other side. So it's just really helping our hips. It'll make us very strong in our pigeon pose. Okay, ready? Tense. So as you tense, try and actively get that leg to be drawing towards you. Good. And we'll let go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, draw it towards you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But hold it in the stretch just for a moment or two. Okay, let it go. I'm going to do the other side. You can feel, can't you? It's made all this around here really tense. So it doesn't just do your legs, it just does everything as well. Especially because we're doing all that tensing. Okay, let's just have a little play with this leg. So one hip can be very different to the other. My hips are completely different. One's very good at external rotation, one isn't. So don't be surprised if you're better this side. Or shitter. Okay. Okay. Maybe just have a, no, we don't even want to do a test because it just makes us tired. Okay, ready? So flex that foot. Take a breath in, pack that air down, tense. Start to draw that leg towards you. Ramp up to that 100% tension and we'll let go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Catch it. And again, take a breath in, pack the air down, and go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. That was 2, wasn't it? Is that 2? Thumbs up if it was 2. Oh, thank you. So I still can't do it, thank God for you. Take a breath in, back that air down, and release. 10, 9, 8. Fight for it to come back as if it wanted to hit you in the face. 3, 2, 1. Catch. Get it done. Last one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. So if you can, be against the wall, but you can bring your bottom away from it a bit because it helps you a lot more. Okay. I'm going to do some rotational stuff. I'm going to use the wall again. I'm just going to show you what we're going to do. Okay. So we're going to be in 90-90 this time. The bottom foot is going to be against the wall. So coming into that 90-90 position. And don't forget you can modify 90-90. So it's meant to be like properly measured 90-90 so that you're at that 90-degree angle, like your front leg is like that and your back leg is like that as well. But you can bring that back leg more closer to your bum if you need, and the same with this one. If it's impossible to do 90-90, you can also sit up on some bricks and blocks underneath your hip, or if your knee is uncomfortable you can do that as well. And then we're going to lean to one side. Well, you might not need to lean to one side, but we want to be able to keep this thigh down, keep this back leg down and foot pressing against the wall. I'm just going to give you a little bit more, and we're just going to rotate this leg up and down, which I can't even do now. This leg is meant to be rotating up and down. God, I don't think I can even do that front leg. So I might need to lean away a bit more. Just about lift it off and then down. Okay, yeah, I can just about do that. Pathetic. Okay. So we're going to do 5 reps with a 3-second hold, and then we're going to do 20 fast. And then I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything else again. Talking about being able to have the rest of the day free to just, you know, do what I want. I don't think I'll be able to move up to this class. Anyway, so you might need to lean back or lean away. Find a place where you can lift that leg off a little bit. It doesn't need to lift off that much, as long as it moves through the floor. Good job. Ready? Take a breath in, pack that air down. So getting that proximal stability, that distal mobility, so tensing everything, and lift. 3, 2, 1. Set it back down. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Set it back down. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Back down. For 4. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Set it back down. Last time. Lift. 3, 2, 1. And then 20 fast. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And then we're going to try and do whole leg lifts, kind of bridging up a little bit. So I don't know if I can even do this. So yeah, what we're going to do is be leaning to the side, and then the hips lift off a bit, and then we're going to see if we can lift the leg off. You can press your hands into the ground. Okay, we're just going to do one of those. Okay, so we'll lift the hips off a bit. So you're just kind of coming up a little bit, lifting your bum off, and then see if you can lift. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep trying to lift it higher. 4, 3, 2, 1. See what I mean? Completely done. Little rest, little rest. So when we were lifting it, we were just trying to lift it back into that kind of pigeony position. God, I'm hoping it's easier on this side. Bloody hell. And we've got to be mindful to try and keep that back foot against the against the wall. If it's hard to lift when you're lifting up, you can bend that knee, you can bend the back knee in a bit as well. You could take your foot off the wall. Or you could just stay and hold in that little bridge. Okay, let's just do a little test. So this is rotational. So it's just like your foreleg is lifting up, but it's rotating in the hip socket. So when you lift the leg, it's rotating that way. So that's what we want to think of, just rotating, rotating. Oh, it feels a bit easier this side. Touch wood. Okay, get that backward, back leg secured, back foot secured. Take a breath in, pack that air down, rotate, and back. Rotate, 3, 2, 1, and back. Rotate, 3, 2, 1, back down. Rotate, 3, 2, 1, back down. Rotate, 3, 2, 1, back down. Last one. Rotate, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to do 20 fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel it in the hips. 7, 8. Rotating. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, good. Then we're going to bridge up. I don't know if I can. I feel like it's not going to lift off. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Okay. Ready? Lifting hips off. Good. And then see if we can lift that leg Good. Hold. 20, 19, 18, try and lift it higher, 17, 6, 5, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweet Lord. Thank God we're going to go on to shoulders now. Oh. Little rest, little drink. Just have a little rest there. Whilst I'll show you the next one. Okay, so give you choice. 3 choices. I'm going to sit on this again. Okay, so we're going to do elbow hinge. So we're going to go into extension and then we're just going to hinge. Fully squeezing that bicep. So it's bicep here, tricep here. But we're going to have a little bit of load. If you've got any injuries or anything, or you're new to this, you can just squeeze a ball. If you've got a ball that's heavy, some sort of dog balls and stuff, where you might have like a, why would you have one? Lacrosse ball, maybe. Or like you've got some baton called bowls balls, that's much more English. You might want to get those out. Or little hand weight, I've just got like a 1 kilogram one here. Or get out that tin of beans. Or if you've got a cork block, that's also acceptable. Okay. Elbow hinges. So we're going to kneel. Take a breath in, pack that air down, so we're going to radiate, make fists with the other hand. Doesn't matter which hand you do, because we're going to repeat. So we're going to extend back like that relay race as far as we can. So we're going to extension right to our end range, and then we're just going to bend the elbow to hinge. So that extension doesn't change, but we've hinged. 1, back, 2. Back, 3, squeeze the bicep, go back, 4, squeeze the tricep, 5, squeeze the bicep, 5, squeeze the tricep, good. I'm just going to change sides. Oh, it feels nice to do that after the hip stuff. Hips have really had enough. So let's just take a breath in, pack that air down, let's extend back like we're in that relay race. I'm going to squeeze the tennis ball with the other hand. Good, and then just hinging from the elbow so we don't lose that angle of the shoulder. Squeeze as tight as you can, extend back for 1. Squeeze, extend back for 2. Don't lose that height. Squeeze for 3, extend back. 4, squeeze, extend back as far as possible. Bend it, squeeze for 5, extend back. And release. Good. So we're going to be repeating that one in a minute, but we're going to do it in an 8-point plank. As in, toes on the floor, that's 2. Knees, that's 4. Elbows, that's 6. And hands, that's 8. And then we're going to do that same thing in that 8-point plank 5 times again. Oh Lord. Alternately, you could do it more on all 4s, but you could maybe stretch yourself out a little bit so it feels more like an 8-point plank. Okay, so bring yourself into plank, but with the knees on the ground. So you want to feel that you've got that kind of neutral spine. You don't want to be up like that, unless it's hard. Lift your arm up higher. And we're going to kind of balance. So take a breath in, pack that air down, extend as far as you can, squeeze, extend, squeeze, extend, squeeze, extend. Try not to tip. Squeeze, extend. extend, last one, squeeze, extend. Oh, well done. Going to have a little rest, then we're going to do that on the other side. Oh dear. Ready? I'm not ready, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. So make it a plank. Keep your neutral spine. Keep your move away from that plant being attacked. So forearm on the ground. So find your balance and irradiate. Okay. Extend, bend. 1. Extend, bend. Don't let the shoulder creep over. 2. Squeeze, extend. 3. Extend, squeeze. 4. Extend, squeeze. 5. And collapse. Well done. Oh, I've got a foot cramp there. Well done. I'm going to go back to hips now. In 90-90. We're going to do a kinetic stretch. I haven't done one of those for ages. I'm just going to move my mat a bit away from the wall. I'll give you a little demonstration and reminder. Okay. So, those kinetic stretches are ones where we're pulling ourselves down into the position and then pulling out. So we're going to feel like it's an effort and pull ourselves in towards the floor. Feel that front leg, back, butt, cheek really stretching. As you pull forward, I'm just demonstrating, don't have to do it yet. And then pushing back, so pushing down with that front leg, pulling yourself out. Good. So you're just kind of reversing it. So pulling forward, front leg, back leg stretching. Sorry, no, you can feel your butt stretching. You can feel it in the leg and the hip. And then we're going to come back up. We're going to do 5 of those. You can do it either fingertips on the ground, but try not to let them help you, only minimally, or you can do it arms behind, which is harder. Okay. And then on the last one, we're going to stay down and we're going to try and come up with no hands. Actually, yeah, let's use the hands because I'm making it way too hard. Don't forget you can adjust. The leg could be more back, not in 90-90, or even this leg can be bent a bit if you want to. Okay, I'm trying to get all those things on the ground. So kind of hips face hips, shining forward, good. Take a breath in, pack that air down. So you're not just falling, you're just trying to pull yourself in, you're trying to pull that leg off the ground as you pull down, okay. So pulling, you can really feel it in your glutes. Pull, 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 pull. And then when you get there, push, 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 but with your body, not with the arms. Push with that leg into that front leg into the ground. Good. And then we're going to pull, 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 pull. Pull, 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 pull. Pull. Push with that leg. Oh, breathing in my hair. Pull in, round 3. Push. You've only got your leg to push you out with. Round 4. Pull. It's getting harder and harder each round. And then pushing out. And then we're going to pull in and we're going to stay there. And then we're going to see if we can take the hands away and come up slowly. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And stop. Good. Oh. Let's go to the other side. And I think this is going to be our last exercise because I want us to do a breathing practice at the end. Okay, so just finding 90-90 on the other side, or the modified version thereof. So you kind of look like the Isle of Man flag, but with only 2 legs. And if you've got lines on your mat, you can really use them to help see if you're lined up, hips facing forward, okay. Fingertips on the ground. So actually feel like you're trying to push your butt away and sort of stick out your butt. Take a breath in. Tense your whole body because this is really going to help you, as we've learned today, as we've kind of reiterated. Pulling yourself into the stretch. Pull, 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 pull. As if you're trying to lift that front leg all off the ground. Pull, 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 till you get to your end. And then push, push, push. You're using the arms the tiniest little bit. Push, 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 push. Oh, okay. Slight bit of cramp there. Okay. Tense. Pull, 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 pull. All the way down, as far as you can get. Not all of us can get really far, and that's fine. It's not about that. And I'm going to push. This is round 2, isn't it? Round 2. Ready, round 3. Pull yourself in, pull yourself in, pull. As if gravity was kind of in reverse and you had magnets repelling you. And then push away, which is easier to do, but push that leg, use the hip to push you out. I think this is the last one, isn't it? This is the 4th one. We're just going to stay, okay. Pull. Okay. And keep tense. Take the arms away, push. Slowly. Make it last the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh. We're going to finish with a breathing practice. You can do that lying down. And we're going to do a ratio breath. So let's lay down. Constructive rest or lay flat. And let's just let the body settle for a minute. Oh, and enjoy that. Oh, brilliant. Just enjoy that feeling of resting. Let the breath settle. And we're going to do a ratio of 1-1. So I'm going to set a breath of 5 seconds breathing in, 5 seconds breathing out. But if that is too much and you feel like you are feeling like a little bit air hungry, or quite air hungry, a little bit air hungry is okay. I want you to make it 4 or even 3. Try and make it 5 if you can. You ready? So we're going to breathe in. And say this in your head. I'll do the first couple of rounds for you. Breathing in for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Breathing out 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Breathing in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Breathing out 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Keep going. Good, keep it going. And just let this breathing practice go. Just let your breathing return to normal. And you can sort of lay down and rest for a little bit longer if you want to. Otherwise, we'll just come up. We'll just sit and be still just for a moment, just to kind of just notice how I feel after that. So you can be still laying down or sitting up. Just noticing how your hips feel and your shoulders and your abs. Okay, that's just about it. Well done, everyone.